So I woke up today and checked Twitter, hoping to see the date of Smash Ultimate's next DLC presentation, and spoilers, it was not there. Instead, I found that the Pokémon Company of all places announced that they're having a presentation tomorrow at 6 AM PST. Now, originally, I wrote that off as nothing. The Isle of Armor DLC pack for Pokémon Sword and Shield is scheduled to release tomorrow, so I figured they'd just talk about that. But then I started to really think about it, and something bothered me. The Pokémon Company just released a pretty extensive gameplay trailer for the Isle of Armor last week. Why would they need to have a formal presentation tomorrow? Today, I hope to answer that question. I'm the Hobbyist, and let's predict the June 17th Pokémon presentation. Like I said, the Pokémon Company just released a Sword Shield DLC trailer last week. It certainly looks interesting enough, with its entirely open areas, but I just can't see the DLC carrying an entire presentation. We already know so much about it. The way I see it, there's really no need to go into it further, especially given that the DLC is supposed to release tomorrow anyway. So that all begs the question, what does the Pokémon Company have to announce? It's much too early for the next generation, and Sword and Shield are still being actively supported. Well, beyond the possibility of a new mobile game, I can really only think of three things. One is kinda boring, but the others are much more interesting. Initially announced around a year ago, we know virtually nothing about Pokémon Sleep. Developed with help from the team behind Pokémon Go, Sleep promises to, quote, turn sleeping into entertainment. How will it do that? Well, I'm not so sure. Perhaps we'll finally see more of this new Pokémon app during tomorrow's presentation. In truth, I don't know many people who are anxiously awaiting news on the title, but it will be interesting to see how the Pokémon Company puts its own spin on a Fitbit-like sleep tracker. As evidenced by the 2019 feature film, the Pokémon Company is definitely interested in turning the Detective Pikachu franchise into something bigger than a small spin-off, and a game on the Switch would be a great next step. The question is, will we see an updated port of the 3DS game, or a true Detective Pikachu sequel? My bet is on the latter. Upon release 2 years ago, Detective Pikachu 3DS received mixed reviews, with many citing its charming but simplistic graphics and gameplay. I'm not sure that a simple game would be as well received on the Switch, especially given that many, including myself, feel that not enough updates were made when bringing the mainline Pokémon series from portables to home console. In any case, a sequel to Detective Pikachu has enormous potential, especially given the film's modest box office success. If the developers manage to craft a more gripping mystery story with deeper and more interesting gameplay, Detective Pikachu 2 could be a unique and exciting adventure for players on Nintendo Switch. Perhaps the most intriguing possibility for tomorrow's presentation, I think we may see the reveal of the next installments in Game Freak's Let's Go series. Despite their non-traditional catching and battle gameplay, Pokémon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were received extremely well. Even after Sword and Shield released, the original pair of Let's Go games still remain the 7th best-selling titles on Nintendo Switch, with nearly 12 million units sold. With that kind of success, it would not surprise me if the Pokémon Company has sequels in development. I would guess that the next Let's Go games will focus around the second generation, likely Pokémon Let's Go Gold and Silver. I can't immediately think of two mascot Pokémon to take the place of Pikachu and Eevee on the box. I'd imagine that the title Pokémon will not be starters, and I wonder which two, if any, will be chosen. My admittedly unsure bet is on Togepi and Scizor. As of right now, we know very little about Nintendo's plans for the rest of 2020 beyond the July release of Paper Mario, and having a new pair of Pokémon titles for the holidays would certainly help the company ensure that Switches are in demand. A lot of people have fond memories of Pokémon Generation 2 from their childhoods, and these hypothetical Let's Go Gold and Silver games would certainly play on that nostalgia. In any case, I'll certainly be on the lookout for new Let's Go titles during tomorrow's showcase. The June 17th Pokémon Presentation is a very intriguing case. There's always a chance that the whole thing will be about the Isle of Armor DLC, but I don't see why a full showcase for it would be necessary. I really am interested to see what this presentation is about, and I will be watching tomorrow to see if the Pokémon Company sheds light on the future of Pokémon Sleep, Detective Pikachu, and the Let's Go franchise. What about you? What do you hope the Pokémon Company shows off tomorrow? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm the Hobbyist, making videos about whatever, whenever. If you like what you saw, consider liking this video and subscribing for more. Last week, I predicted the Smash Ultimate ARMS DLC, and you should definitely check that video out if you're as excited for it as I am. Until next time, thanks for watching.